Let's move on to our next review. This is one that I'm doing by myself, but Paul's going to be here for the ride. It's The Apprentice. This is the one. It's the biopic. I don't know if this is a biopic. And I have a little rant, and I'm not getting political about it. I'm getting biopicky about it. Very biopicky today. I watched this movie. I have been saying, and I'm just getting this out of the way, and it's not a political state. I grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey. I knew about Donald Trump long before anybody else did, and the Trumps and like who they were. And I've always heard these things. 90% of the crap in this movie that, and I'm not calling it crap, I'm just saying, but the stuff you see in this movie, I heard about this long before The Apprentice even came out, the TV show. So I never liked the guy. He always seemed arrogant, always seemed this, that. Regardless, I'm not changing any tunes because the people who love that about him, love that about him. People who hate that about him, hate that. I just don't. My point when I watched this was, it was nothing new other than like, there's a couple of things he does in this that I'm like, if they put it in the movie, that's stupid and he didn't do it. That's just dumb. I don't know why. But if they put it in the movie and he did do it, it's despicable. It sucks. But that's the things I learned on top of all of the stuff I had already heard. So the only real thing I'm going to give this is Sebastian Stan did a pretty good job. I like him in other stuff. Watch A Different Man. He does a good job in that too. But this felt, and two sides of the same coin, this felt like what the Reagan movie was. It's like, great. He's God to you. He's God. Trump is Christ. I get it. No, but like Reagan is, I'm not saying that, by the way. That is not a declaration made by me. So
you heard it here first.
Shut the fuck up. No. But with Reagan, I didn't mind that it was so propaganda. I didn't mind that it was so glorifying this guy. But if you're gonna make an like, just tell us. Don't tell us a real biopic about the man. And it's like, and gloss over all of his atrocities. These are still people in history. Mm-hmm. Stop glorifying and at least show their atrocities. But in the same side of it, with Trump's movie, The Apprentice, and Sebastian Stan playing him, it was like, what did you make it for? Mm-hmm. There's no real story. You made it to real. This is bait for the election. Like, oh yeah, he was a real piece of shit. And now listen, I guess there's merit in that, but make a documentary. I'm sure there's 1,000 documentaries made, but like, you make this movie, and if for the same reason the other side made Reagan, it's like, I don't want to watch a movie that just shits on a human being for 2 hours. Right. Because that makes me feel negative. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. Just like when I'm watching a Reagan movie and I'm like, this isn't interesting filmmaking because all you're doing is saying this guy was like the second coming of everything. And I remember the atrocities. I know them. I know what's going on. And it's fucking fine, but tell a good movie. The biggest sin here is both movies are boring as sin. And that's my biggest issue. That's what I'm going to say. Vote however you're going to vote. I don't give a fuck. My rating for this movie is 2.5. Well put together. I like how some of the actors in it and what they did. In terms of telling a period piece of the 80s and somebody who is a huge figure in the 80s, that's what I mean is well put together. I didn't really like anything else. So there's no positivity to it. There's nothing. I'm not even saying that you have to make him the positive vibe, but there's nothing positive in this movie. Everything in it is just abysmally depressing. So I just did not enjoy it that much, but it's middle of the road. I'm sure people will enjoy it. I would give it a 2. Thanks for watching that review. Let's move on to something.